Hey guys, Greg here coming to you with another episode of Greg's Bonsai. Today we're going to be looking at a pretty massive oak tree that I pulled out from my wood pile right here. It was growing there the past, actually I think this is now 2 years old. And I will come in here just to kind of give you an idea of what I'm talking about. Right here, this was cut off last year. And then this growth came up this year. So this is, I'm thinking this is year number 2. I think we hit this with the weed whacker last year back at the wood pile. And then it somehow survived and thrived. And now we have this, I want to say it's 3 feet. I didn't measure it, but it is pretty massive. So let's just delve in, okay? I did pull this out a couple weeks ago. We're now sitting at around 55 degrees outside here. So again, zone 4B, we're hitting our first cold weekend of the year, for the season rather. And as I said, I did pull this guy out, and we're going to zoom in just a little bit here now, just as we get up closer. And it's been about a week and a half now maybe that I've had this pulled out. I've replanted it into this ground, into this dirt here, and it's been doing fairly well. I think part of this plant is just in shock because I dug it out. Some of the roots got damaged as I took the shovel into the ground to get it out. I had to pull it out of the ground. This guy being this tall, the tap root for this actually went down pretty deep, and I think I just kind of hit it. And I'm hoping that this guy survives the transplant. We've got a chance of it happening, and I'm really hoping that in the spring we see this guy come back to life. Now, this guy is pretty tall, like I said, 3.5 feet. The leaves, if you want to go by chopstick standards, it is the size of a chopstick, okay? And about half a chopstick in width on all of these leaves, which these leaves are massive. I'll put my hand up here just so you guys can kind of see how big this leaf is. And these guys were all pretty straight out, getting lots of sun. And then as we go down here, the leaves have just been slowly dying off. Part of this, I think, is the shock from moving into this pot. And I think the other part is just, here we are, we're in the fall, and it's going to start shedding its leaves. I mean, we do have a nice red and yellow on some of these leaves, which is really nice for these. It looks really nice anyway. And we do have, let's see if I can zoom in here. We do have buds, so we do have back budding happening. So this is where I'm really hoping that in the spring we start to see the leaves pop out again. We do have a little friend up here. He's been on this plant ever since I dug him up. So he's kind of a transplant as well. And even if we go up to the top here, we have some buds at the top that want to grow as well. So really strong, really sturdy. It's been handling the wind ever since the wind started coming up here. But again, I just wanted to document this just so that I had this visual aid for me. And I think I did take a picture of it earlier in the week just so I can kind of reference and go back to it. But you can hear the crinkle in the leaves. This guy not as much, but we do have some green up here, which is heartening, and we do still have these strong leaves up at the top. But the reference of chopstick, it is about double the width, I think, of the chopstick for the trunk right now, and down here even thicker as we get into the root ball. That root ball was massive. I wish I would have taken a picture of it before I did anything. Again, I will probably end up snipping this whole thing back down here just in the spring, or maybe in the winter here once everything's gone dormant, back to the first buds that I see, just to give it, and we do have them right down here. So we'll see how this goes. I'm really looking forward to see if this tree does survive and thrive, and documenting it with you guys. Let me know what you think. I mean, I'm going to keep this going, but for reference, I'm going to bring out here. This is my oak A that I've documented many a time on my channel, and you can see the difference in size between the two. This guy down here is about 6 months old, and like I said, I think the guy on the left is about 2 years old now. So that kind of gives you a reference of how big, as long as you have the room. This pot here is going to constrain it from growing too fast, too quickly. But this guy was in the ground, and now I've put him in a number 3 pot, so it's about 2.5 gallon, just to give it some room to grow. That root ball was pretty big, pretty long. But I am looking forward to see how this goes. If you guys have been growing oaks at home, if you guys are bonsaiing them at home, let me know down in the comments. And, you know, what are the odds? Put the odds down below of if you think this guy is going to survive next year. I'd love to see what everybody thinks. I'd love to see if I can prove you wrong. Hopefully y'all think it's going to survive. I'm hoping it does. I really want it to. But if you'd like this, make sure to hit that like button. Again, put your comments down below. And if you really do want to see more, make sure to hit the subscribe and that little bell. Really goes a long way. And when you get that bell, you'll hear a notification of when I actually post another video. But until next time, guys, this is Greg signing off for Greg's Bonsai. We'll see you guys next time. Take care.